The Mahabharata war happened to be a big event of killing, just like a world war. Is there any sudden dip in population count some millennia ago? Good question, right? So this is this great war, this epochal event that happened, this apocalyptic war that happened in ancient India. So is there any dip in population? Here's the thing. This war happened on a battlefield called Kurukshetra. It's in Haryana today. It was fought between two armies, and there were rules that both armies followed. This was so basically the fighting started at daybreak and it ended at sunset. There was no fighting between daybreak and sunset. Yes, there were some crimes that the Kauravas committed, like killing the sons of the Pandavas, etc. But overall, this was a very well organized war. It was fought within a framework of rules. These rules were, to the most part, not broken, and no non combatant was harmed in this war. Not one civilian was harmed in this war. It was not a war that destroyed cities and villages and towns and all that. It was a war that was localized to one battlefield only. That was the agreement. And that's how the entire 18 days of this war proceeded. And not one bystander was killed. You could stand outside the battlefield and watch the proceedings of the war as a civilian, as a non combatant, and nobody would harm you. So that is the way Indians used to go to war. That's the kind of warfare you had. You had ethics and morality of warfare. And that is what our ancestors tried to use against the Turkic invaders. And that's why India got basically subjugated, because the Turks had no ethics or morality of warfare. The only objective was to win. The only objective was victory. So the moral of the story is, you can fight in a civilized manner only when your opponent is equally civilized. When your opponent is not civilized, when he does not recognize the ethics and morality of warfare that you do, then you have to fight according to his terms. So that is the moral of that story. But as far as the Mahabharata goes, there was no civilian casualties at all. No civilian was harmed. No town, no village, no city was destroyed. It only happened on one battlefield, and that's where the entire 18 days of the war uh, unfolded. So there is no dip of population at all. Not one civilian casualty.